Hey everybody, it's Soup Sunday, but it's really Tuesday. So I'm doing this, and had some scheduling issues over the weekend, so I couldn't do it, but here I am in my civvies. And this soup this week, an old colleague of mine, when I started doing Soup Sundays, requested that I do some French onion soup. So that's what we're gonna do today, and we'll do my take on it, and here we go. Okay, we're gonna start with some melted butter. And as you can see, it's bubbly. I'm turning it down because we need to caramelize our onions first, which is going to take about 25, 35, etc. minutes. Here's those beautiful onions. And they're going in. Give them a little stir, coat them with that butter, season them with some salt. Not a lot because we're using beef broth and that's salty, so half a teaspoon probably. And some black pepper. And I'm going to use a fresh thyme sprig, but I love tarragon with onions, so I'm going to add some. It's just what I do. So that's going in. It's going everywhere. I think we'll put our thyme in now. Amazingly enough, it's winter, and I had a few thyme sprigs still in my garden, so these are fresh. And those are going in for the caramelization process. While the onions are caramelizing, we're going to prepare our croutons. I'm going to brush these with some roasted garlic oil and bake them to make them crispy. And when we put them on, we'll add our cheese. And we're going to do them all. Okay, bread is brushed and it's going in the oven. I have the oven set to 400 degrees. It'll probably be about 5 or 10 minutes. You don't want them too toasty, but they are going to be swimming in soup, so it doesn't really matter how toasted they are. Our onions are beautiful and caramelized, and I'm going to pull out these thyme sticks. Let's see if there's any left. I'm digging. I'm going thyme fishing. Okay, anybody else? Okay, now ordinarily when I make French onion soup, I would use red wine. But I don't have any. And what I do have is some champagne that's probably flat, left over from Christmas. It's been in my fridge. So we're gonna douse this guy with the wine. We're going to increase the heat for a little bit and let that wine reduce down to nothing. And then we're going to continue on. Okay, our bread is out of the oven. Toasty, brown, delicious. And I have grated about 8 ounces of Gruyere cheese, which is what we're going to use when we put it together. And the wine is still reducing, so be back soon. Coming along nicely. Just a few more minutes. Okay, our onions are ready, as you can hear. They're starting to sizzle, which means that the liquid is gone. So what we're going to do now is sprinkle them with some flour. And stir it up. And we're going to cook that flour down for about 7 or 8 minutes to get all that starchy flavor out. Now we're ready for our beef broth. Make sure that's all mixed up well. Get that in there. I think that is enough. We're going to bring this up to a boil and then simmer it for a little while to get that oniony flavor and the beef broth all nicely incorporated. And then we're going to finish off with the bread top. We have reached our boil. You can see that it's bubbling up, and I have reduced the heat to medium-low. I'm going to simmer this for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to serve it up. Okay, I'm very satisfied with the development of our soup. It looks amazing, smells amazing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to ladle it into a little bowl. I do not have any oven-proof crocks to do this soup in, so we're going to do Plan B, and it's going to be fun. Okay, ladled in. There we have our onion soup, and let's top it up. Okay, we have our soup. I had a little thing underneath it. And what we're gonna do, the minute Dan asked me to make French onion soup, I went out and bought myself one of these. So we're gonna torch it. So we're gonna put some of these croutons on top. I wonder if I can fit 3, maybe. I'll fit it that way. Yes, yes, yes. And then we're gonna generously top it with our shredded Gruyere cheese. And we're gonna torch it. Come on, baby. All right, starting to melt. Let's see what it looks like when we're done. Okay, that took a while, but it's working. And as you can see, or maybe you can't, or bring it up, it's getting nice and brown, bubbly. You don't want to hit the bread, you don't want to burn that. Look at that cheese bubble up. Looking good. Okay, this is our traditional French onion soup, and we're gonna give it a taste. Okay, here's our first bite. I want a little more juice. I'm gonna tip it, get it up there, and lift it up. And you can see that big onion on top. And I'm not gonna slurp this on camera, so I'll let you know how it was. The soup was really good. When I used to make this soup in delis where I worked, because the soup stations were self-service, what I used to do is make croutons out of the bread and then coat them with the melted Gruyere and put them in a bowl next to them so they could just top that. But as you can see, I've taken a nice bite out of this guy, and it was really yummy. And I could be French. Who knows? Happy soup.